our old laundry basket. Look at this thing. So, see this? Oh, it looks so terrible, right? I finally thought to myself, yeah, I think it's time to get rid of this thing. So the way I covered it for the longest time is, you see one of these kind of, what do we call laundry bags? I put cardboard inside. I already recycled the cardboard. But what I did is I cut cardboard out so it would be about the same size. And then that way, when you look inside, you can't tell, because this was covering it, you could not tell that it was heavily damaged. It doesn't look the greatest right now, but that's what I did. So, the cats have been clawing this thing for quite some time, as you can tell. And today, I'm going to try and make a basket out of it. So you can see it has extensive cat damage. Look at that. And my plan, and I'm going to show it to you guys, is really cut it all across and then make a much shorter basket. So you see, like cut this part off, and then anything above this one area, it'll be shorter. So I wish I had one of those like clippers, but the only thing I have is scissors. And I really recommend to you guys, if you guys have one of these wicker baskets and they do get damaged, think about just cutting them down to size, because you can still reuse them for other purposes or give them away. Because if I didn't cut this, you know, nobody is going to want to take this home. But if I cut it down, I'm thinking, hey, someone might actually use this as a basket. So I do this on the floor because any mess that's made, I can easily sweep it up. So that is my whole thing. So when you see the floor streams, you're probably wondering, like, why is she having it on the floor? It's because I can make a big giant mess, and then afterwards all I do is just sweep it up. It's so much easier. I don't like making these kind of messes on countertops. See that? So I can cut this up. Actually, let's see. Actually, you know what? I should actually move this, but I want to see what happens if I just leave it like that. I know it's going to trigger someone. Someone's going to say, just cut off the excess, Erica. I know. I might also sand it down with some, whatchamacallit, sandpaper. And then I'm hoping with a good shake. Yeah, so these things, I notice Oreo likes batting things around, so I might just give him a long strip and then he can just use it as a cat toy.
Is there any particular reason that this video is not featuring Mr. Clinton?
Because this is my basket stream.
But Mr. Clinton wants to play. He wants to be featured in the video.
What? Look at this guy. Clinton! Clinton! Oh, guess he didn't show up. Oh well.
He didn't show up to my video.
Too bad. He lost his chance.
He's been very strange today.
I know.
So okay. You're going to give him these things to play with?
Huh? Yeah, he can take this long thing and just play with it, and all these sticks go in the trash.
Why is Mr. Clinton?
But these ribbon things, you know, cats can play with it and just bat it around. I figure I'm gonna just give it a second life. See? So it's pretty quick. If you have shears, like gardening shears, this would be easier, but it's not that bad at all with these scissors. I also have kitchen shears, but I thought, yeah, never, it doesn't need. So you see this? I'm just gonna cut it straight across. So you can see how this thing is woven over here, right? You can also see this thing is like breaking off. See? So the way it's made, so it doesn't cut you, the top is folded. See that? You see that over there? So the top is folded, and that way you don't get scratched. So I'm just gonna cut these things over here. Oh, I feel like I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like I'm heating up. I don't want to cut this ribbon because I want to see. Oh my god, look how long this ribbon is. That's pretty cool. So it's making a lot of mess on the ground. Totally fine. Let's see. And this basket's just getting shorter and shorter. See? So I want to make sure that I don't cut it too, like I don't get over ambitious with my cutting, so I'll just cut it over there. That way I know, like, hey, don't go underneath this black stripe. Uh-oh, look who's over here. See? That is Oreo over there, so he's playing with this stuff already. I have a good feeling he's gonna have fun with these ribbons and all these little bits. But I don't want to get these bits all over the floor for long because he's gonna... Actually, Oreo, you want a stick? There, he can... Here's another stick you can play with. 2 sticks, Oreo. Let's see. Oreo, do you want to play with the stick? Oreo? He was playing with the stick. Okay, if you hear a cat, like, batting this stick around, that's... Yeah, he's not gonna move because Willis is over there.
You have a twist tie?
Yeah, I have, plenty. Open.
I'm trying to get Oreo to play with my microphone wire.
What?
Sometimes, see?
What? Why do you want him? You know, Oreo almost was trying to pull one of the wires out. Could have got electrocuted.
I like how he's biting the wire condition.
You want this?
Yes, thank you so much. That'll be a black one.
Black one?
Not gonna be too picky. God bless you.
So, if you guys ever wondered what was inside of our junk drawer, let me show you guys. That is our junk drawer. So we have twine over here, we have stuff over here, and we actually use all that stuff. So let's go back over here, which is a very interesting stream, I know. Hey, can you get me the pink silk scrunchie on my side of the bed? So let's see over here. So yeah. And that. Make it lower for you guys. Oops. So I know I just need a cut over here. That's why it's just going underneath.
Here you are, beautiful.
Thank you.
You want to go out for a bit?
Where are you going?
A video on shitting real estate.
Oh, are you biking?
Thank you. Huh?
Are you biking?
Then I'm gonna go to the store to exercise and also do some more.
Okay.
But first I started out with
Okay. So, yeah, I'm just cutting underneath this last ribbon. Oh, this might have been a bit aggressive over here. See that? I'm almost done, it looks like. Cut it over here. Pull this thing out. Let's see, can you guys see? Just falling down. See? It's coming together already. I got a stick. Oreo, here's a stick for you. I don't mind giving him big sticks because it's easy to... Oh, did you see that? Timber! Huh?
Yeah, it was the cutest cat.
Let's see. I don't want to go underneath because I want this thing to stay. Oh, crap. I don't know how the top is done. That's good enough. And the last one. Oh, crap. I didn't factor that in. You see that? I cut this damn thing too low. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh no, I have to lose another layer. No, I cut too low. Oh. I made a mess up. Yeah, this is going to be a slightly shorter one. Such is life. Such is life. Yeah, I cut too low. Yeah, see. It's okay. Okay. Yeah, length enough bending to bend them around. I don't know how. I don't know how you do that, because it's like I can't bend it. It just snaps, you know, like that. Yep. Damn it. I know. I know. My bad. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Dang it. I hate that I cut it down an extra inch. Okay. Okay. Wait a second. Wait a second. No, it actually works out, because look. The end of this segment was right here. Ta-da! That actually works fine, because you can see that this whole segment was over here. So, yeah, I'm going to cut it down a little. This one could have been an extra inch long. Oh well. Dang it. I have to sand it later. Glue gun the weave. Yeah, I'm going to have to glue gun it. This is one of those times Andrea will be like, yeah, you should glue gun it. I was thinking about super gluing it. Okay. I remember my mom used to tell me that when you do things, like, double check twice. And this is one of those times where I was just like, yeah, just cut it off. But not a big deal. It's just an extra inch. Yeah, leave the rods and then, oh! And then cut them. Oh, I'm just gonna finish cutting the rods. Only got 4 left. But yeah, I gotta glue these babies. Okay, and one more. Okay, so much shorter. Look at this, you guys. Not bad, actually. Not bad. Definitely looks much better than before, don't you guys agree? Look at all my mess. So, yeah, looks like I'm gonna be glue gunning now. Or gluing. Let's see. Then I also want to sandpaper it. What's going on? You could have just cable tied it down. Cable tied it? What do you mean cable tied it? Oh yeah, I could have actually. Yeah, I could have. Oh well. I could have done that. See, so we got all these like little wooden pieces in here. Oh no. And this is now sweeping time officially. Look at my long ribbon. This is actually quite big. Oreo can like eat his heart out with content. He likes batting things. See that? That is quite a lot to bat. And then after he has his fun with it, off to the trash can it goes. I know. We'll see. Like he bats random things around the house. Okay, Oreo, here. There he goes. I think he's gonna take a nap. Okay. He bats it around. He bats these things around. See here. I will do most of the mess right now. I don't like doing certain things where there's like a whole bunch of mess all around. Like even when it comes down to things like folding laundry, I like to fold some and then when I have like a good sized pile, then I'll put it away. So I'm never one of those people who just says, oh, okay, you know, I'm going to fold all the laundry and then put it all away at one time. Nope. I do like maybe 1/4 of it, and then I'll put it away, or half of it, and then I'll do that. Let's see here. And I can. Okay, Barry, knock yourself out. So, oh, Barry's playing with it. I should actually cut the ribbons a little smaller. Yeah. Do you hear that noise? That's the cat playing with it. Here. Maybe I show you guys this. Where are you guys? Oh, Oreo's sleeping already. Oreo, come on, Predator. Predator, come here. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna hit this long one by itself. I'm gonna help Oreo out and cut this into pieces for him. Hey, Oreo, knock yourself out. This looks so funny. It looks so ridiculous. I have all these like pieces of wood and whatnot lying around the floor. Here, I'll show it to you guys. Over here. Here. Hold up. Look at that. That's Clinton's chair. You see that? So, you guys get this look over here. We'll see if Oreo plays with any of it. Did you see him? He rolled around like a tubby little boy. I know, cheap cat toys. Okay, so you guys get to watch this. You guys get to watch the great stream. I know, that's a lot. Yeah, like this thing will get way more use with Oreo playing with it than it just lying as a crummy little basket. So in case you want to know how the basket looks like right now, it doesn't look too bad. Yeah? It looks pretty good if you ask me. I think it looks pretty good. Nothing. I was just cutting down the basket, and then now it's turned into watch the cat's back things going on. Oh, goodness. I'm so clumsy today. And I gotta sweep up. Are you shy now, Oreo? Actually, when it comes down to batting things, Oreo likes batting things the most. There was an attempt, you guys. There was an attempt. I also threw some sticks in there. You see the sticks? So this has really turned into one of those cat courses. Oreo, what happened to you playing? What is this? Okay, I don't. Dang it. Nope. Okay. What are you doing? He's biting this thing. Oh, looks like he has excused himself from this. Oh no, he's drinking water. Come on, Oreo. Come on. Wanna go over here? Nope. Yeah, it's funny because it's like, if I don't have the camera pointed at them, I think they would play with it, but the fact that I have two cameras pointed over here. Oreo, get out of the closet! Oreo! Oreo! Jeez. So it looks like we are at 0 cats right now. And he's playing with his other toys. He has quite a lot of cat toys. Oreo! Over here, Oreo! I think he's just gonna snooze over there. Let me show you guys this. Look at that thing. It's like a little suction cup toy. And they used to bat it. Now they don't really bat it anymore. But it's pretty cool because if they bat it, it goes like, you see it kind of goes up. You guys can't see it. It goes like up and down. Okay, we got another cat. Another cat has entered. Oh, geez. Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna work on this basket here. And yeah, I'm gonna have to glue gun this thing because if I don't glue gun it, or if I don't glue it down, it's gonna unravel. You can see, yeah. Oh, I think I cut this one too freaking short. Oh well. So let's see over here. And let me go grab the glue gun. I think I'm gonna do it like this. Looks pretty good. Okay, and is that a good view? It's like forever with my glue gun computer. Let's stick here. And glue gun. Already glue gun. One moment. Oh no! Where's my piece of cardboard? Glue guns take forever to heat up. And cardboard. No cardboard, just like outside. Let's see. Look at this. That's my professional little setup over here. Avoiding the rowing machine. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like take that thing apart. Doing this basket is gonna be way easier than the rowing machine for sure. So my hope with this basket is that I can just put the Kleenexes in here maybe. Or if I decide I don't want it, then I'll just give it away. But at least it has a much better life as a little basket than as like a thrown away wicker thing. And that was like the whole point of this. I think sometimes like people, they don't think about ways to reuse things. And yeah, by the way, the cats jumped in here. So that's why my tissue box is all messed up and all janky. So it wasn't shipping. See this? So yeah. And I have one more. I have two more that I could put on top. So yeah, if I decide I don't want this, then I'll just give it away. We'll see. We will see. Oh, Oreo's coming in. Oreo! He just ran right past it. Oreo, I have like a little obstacle course for you over there, Oreo. Maybe it's too many toys for him. Oreo, what are you doing over here? Come on. Go that way. Yeah, I think this is too much stuff for him. He's probably like, what the hell is all over the floor? Temporarily. Okay. So yeah, Oreo's been into batting around cords right now. So, for instance, the end of the audio cable, the one that plugs into the computer, he loves it when it dangles around. And he will, oh, look at that. Did you see it? He just did a jump towards it. Okay, so I've got to figure a way. Okay, I'm gonna keep this over here. Take these out. Oreo's running right now. He's running like a little fat cat. Oreo, get over here. Oreo, do another lap. We need you to be buff. Okay. Oreo. He's probably thinking like, what the hell is this woman doing over here throwing this stuff at me? Bat it, Oreo. Okay, maybe not. Maybe he'll do it, maybe he won't. Okay. If he does, great. If he doesn't, oh well. So there is Clinton. Completely uninterested. Clinton, don't you dare be more interested in the basket that I'm working on right now. So I can't believe it had so much damage before. But it really did. So let's see over here. I don't see Oreo over here. Yeah, I'm thinking about sanding it down. So after I glue them, I'll probably sand it down. He's all about body positivity. Yeah, if I sand it down, what is it, like fine grit? Then I should be good. Come on. Yeah, it's not hot enough. The other thing I do kind of want to try is super glue or Elmer's glue, but I know Elmer's glue is going to have less of a stick than glue gun. Yeah. Hold up. I gotta charge my phone. Damn it. You know what? I don't gotta charge this phone. I have my power bank over here. And then after I'm done with it, I gotta charge my power bank. So let's see. It's charging. Come on. Charge. Heat up. I think my glue gun is still cold. Yeah, it's not hot enough yet. Getting there though. Getting there. What is this? Eric already looked into those on Amazon. What am I looking into? What did I look into on Amazon? I can't open the link, unfortunately, because if I try to open the link, it actually closes the stream. Yeah, it's YouTube. That's why if I get a call, you'll see the stream start hanging as well if I answer the call. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go here. You know what? Oh, the running wheel? Yeah, I don't think the cats are gonna use it. We got freaking lazy cats over here. You think Oriole's gonna use it? No way. Oriole's not gonna use this thing. Let's see. I don't think this is hot enough. Yeah, this is not hot enough. I just want to use super glue already. Oh, look at that. Oh, someone's gonna be like, ah, your glue gun technique, Erica. I know, I know, I know. Yeah, doing a drop of super glue I feel like would be easier. Or maybe not. It's working though. Where did I start? Yeah, I'm gonna just go around. Oh, jeez. Look at that. You know what? It might be easier if I go at it like this. Yeah, I think that's easier. Come on. Quentin, are you really batting the Kleenex boxes instead of the... Quentin, why are you batting the Kleenex boxes? I have all these things for you to bat. Why are you batting that, Quentin? Yeah, I gotta be a little bit more generous with this stuff. But, you know, the wonderful thing about glue gun is you can always redo it. So, see that? Slowly but surely, it will get done. So, Andrea, if you're listening, thanks for the tip. Because, yeah, I would have just done super glue most likely. Quentin, are you? I guess they're not interested in this. My little scraps. Oh no! No lighting. I remember when I first got a glue gun, you know, back in like grade school, I thought glue guns were amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, they're great. And then after I got out of, I think, middle school or high school, I kind of thought like, what's up with the glue gun? Like, I know I use glue gun a little bit, but it's not very much at all. Before it's like, oh, you don't gotta wait for your glue to dry. Glue gun it, glue gun it, glue gun it. And yeah, I think I have one more side. I should have actually just started from the... I should have started at one corner and gone my way around. Oh well. Quincy's playing with a cat toy over there. You guys can't see him. Look at that. You see him? He's playing with the little cat toy. He likes those little mice. It has some beads or something inside of it. And as always, he really likes the sheepskin rug. Actually, all the cats sleep on it occasionally. Oh, Clinton's grooming. I think Oreo's sleeping. Okay, back to this thing. My God. Let's see, did I do this one? I don't know. I'll just stick some in there. Oh, crap. No, gravity. Great. I'm gonna smear it over here. Oh, gosh. Yeah. That's pretty secure, yeah, that's me. And then 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that generous amount of even 4. Oh, this is getting messy. And that was it. Yep, that is all the glue gun. So I glue gunned everything because I can see there's glue gun bits over here. So if I miss something, not a big deal. I can just re-glue it. Or if it felt all that, I can re-glue it. But that's kind of it. Yeah, that's kind of it. See that? That's the basket. I gotta make sure that I sand this thing. Hold on, let me get that stuff. Let's see. Let's see what we got over here. Paper. Oh, it's over here. Yep. So let's see over here. Here's my little container, tools and screws. So my sandpaper is over here. See? And let's see. So what kind of should I get? Remove paint and rust, smooth and shape filler. Step 2. So look at this. They actually say which one you should get. So I want to scuff repair, polish and clear. So I'm going to assume, based on reading this, smooth and shape, I should go with the green one, the 8320 grit. Let's see, do I have the 8320 grit here? Shit. How do I know which one is which? Wait a second. Smooth. Yeah, like this damn thing does not say 80/20 grit. Oh, this is a freaking one. Oh, damn it! I forgot. Look, it's just this is only step 4 for polish. Okay. So yeah, this is some really fine freaking. Yeah, the sandpaper is like way too smooth, I think. Yeah. Yeah, this is too smooth. Yep. So, unfortunately, the sandpaper is way too smooth because this is the polish paper. I thought this was a multi-pack, but it's really just the polish. And I don't have any other sandpaper. Oh well. So, what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna have to freaking get different sandpaper. I think there's some at the store, and then try it that way. But yeah, it's too smooth because it's a polish. Let's see. Got a file. Oh, that's smart. Yeah, I do actually have a file. Yeah, that works. Okay. I have a diamond file. Crystal file. I never even used it either. Let's see. Look at that. I freaking haven't used it. I actually got this for BlackBerry, believe it or not. Ooh, shinier. Look at that. It has its own little case. Oh no, I think I just ruined my file. Did I ruin my file? Let's see. I don't think I did. See, my file has scratches on it now. Let's see. Jeez, it sounds like... Yeah. I don't know how glass file with this is gonna work. I really should rinse it off. Okay, I got a metal file though. Yeah. Okay, let's try a nail file. This is metal, so it's not gonna scratch. Let's see. I want to have, you know, like those big metal files. You know what I'm talking about, right? You know, the really long ones, like this big. Actually, this kind of works. 1 hour later. Yeah, I think this works. I wish I had a bigger metal file. This is really a one-time thing. This is the kind of thing that I feel like people do when they just think, okay, well, I'm waiting for someone. Might as well file my little laundry basket that I upcycled. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, so this is probably going to take me 30 minutes to file, I'd say. Maybe 15. But it is much smoother. It feels like it's smoother. You can hear someone's using the litter box right now. Oh no. That little piece. A little Revlon nail file. I need a real file. Yeah. Take us to the hardware store. No, you know what? I don't actually want to buy a metal file just for this. Like, even though this is going to take me more time, I don't want to have more tools just for one freaking thing, you know? And I don't need sandpaper, truly, I don't. Like, I don't want to make a special trip to the hardware store just for sandpaper. I know they have some at the store. 3. What am I at? 20 something? Jeez. So it does work. It's just like breaking out of prison though with a nail file. Okay, maybe that's exaggerating. Someone's gonna look at this and they're like, what the? Yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah, see, something like this is really sharp, but once you smooth the edges, it's a little better. I understand why they break the tops off. Or better yet, cut it low, and then don't have it sticking out so much. You have wire cutters? No, I don't have wire cutters. I wish I had wire cutters, I don't. I don't have any wire cutters. Actually, we do have wire cutters, my bad. But I don't know where they are. They're not this big. I like MacBook wire cutters. Scissors. Yeah, just let nature sand it down. What do you mean nature? What is nature? You mean this file? I love how all the cats are sleeping right now. They're like, dang it. We'll just let her deal with this by herself. Oh, crap. Do you see that? It actually off a bit. This is what happens like when you use scissors. When you do like it can crack. This one's a little high still. Oh. What is this made out of? It's made out of seagrass, I believe. Seagrass and some kind of branch, wicker branch or something like that. I think it's wicker. Wicker and seagrass, yeah. Oh. That's why you see me like, oh, okay. Trying now. That's not it. You know what? I'm going to put the tools back at least. Because it's looking a little chaotic around where I am right now. away the glue gun because I don't need the glue gun. Nail file. Does not need anything. Let's see here. I know I do need sandpaper. I do need sandpaper. Oh well. Let's see. Oh. Oh no, it fell. I need sandpaper and I need thicker, like a 280 grit maybe. Not this super freaking fine polish one. Cause yeah. This stuff, like, it gets the job done. It's just gonna take longer, you know? But a metal file won't work. I feel like, you know, one of those people where they're trying to build one of those houses made out of mud and they're using primitive tools. I kind of feel like that right now. I'm using some, oh, okay, metal file is not primitive, but still. Okay. Come on. Jeez, this is so slow. She can cut the edges. I wonder why she do. Oh. Yeah, nobody bend the wicker and bend them to shape? Yeah, I didn't know you could do that. Wet the wicker for a day. Yeah, I don't know basket weaving techniques. But yeah, I could have done that, right? I just chopped it right off. I was like, you know what? I will cut it down. I think it's fine though. Like, yeah, it's not gonna be as pretty and aesthetic as if I had the top, but, oh well. Maybe we can set it up. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, some of these. Someone's gonna look at this and be like, oh my gosh. No, but actually in the front, some of them was, the front was actually shorter. Because I didn't cut it all the way, because remember one area was, shorter than the rest? And then I screwed up, yeah. I cut it down a little too much. I just want to, like, cap it or something. Cap it with glue. Dremel could help. Yeah, there's no Dremel here. I got scissors, a nail file, a hammer, regular tools, but no Dremel. No Dremel. I got tape, but that's it. See. Goodness. I gotta recut that one. That one looks horrendous. Oh, geez. Do you see that? It's starting to flake off. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be sanding all night kind of thing. I'm gonna sand it all night, cause I want to sand it down all the way over here, And there's a groove over here. So. Feel like. That's a little sharp. I'm gonna have to cut that. Damn it. You guys have like a regular big file? If I had a big file, metal file, it would have been much better. Or sandpaper. See, it started chipping. Yeah. I need a right tool. Yeah, but if I cap it with glue, it's not gonna look good. That's my thinking. Hold up. I'm gonna put my glue gun away. Hold on. I don't need it. Okay, let's get a close-up over here. And all the cats are sleeping, actually, I think. Oh my goodness, guys. Are you seriously sleeping right now? Oreo. Yeah, Oreo's on the bed. He doesn't want to play with anything, he just wants to sleep. Oops. I just kicked something. Okay. Oh, it's all jaggedy. Look how small my file is. Oh my goodness. This is not right to repair, this is like right to repurpose at this point. Ah. Yeah, I'm gonna sweep up a little. I have milk tea. Okay, let's go back. So, let's see here. We are, let's zoom in. Nope. I know. I know I'm making it sharper. Oh, geez. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Come on, come on. This is not how a nail file is normally used. Feels much better though. You know, that reminds me. I know this is kind of off topic. Oh shit. I'm sorry, you guys. But you know those people who are like craftsmen and they work with like hand tools and they just kind of like use a hammer and chisel? Man, I feel like such a wimp because here I am thinking like, oh my goodness, my hand is just like, I'm just working at this, and I think every couple minutes it seems like I have to just like stop what I'm doing. And then you hear about those people who are just like doing traditional methods of, oh, maybe I'm too first world, who knows? Oh goodness. Feel like, oh, I wanna do this faster. You know what I'm talking about. Those people who will get a hammer and chisel and then they'll chisel out artwork. There was this thing I saw in India. They get, what was it, cattle bone or ox bone, and then they'll make some kind of like ornate jewelry box or a lampshade, and they'll drill the holes inside of the ox bone, and it kind of looks like ivory. It's so beautiful. And you see them, and some of them they use a hand drill, and then other ones they get like a little like ice pick thing, and then they'll just hammer it in. And you know, yeah, that stuff, like, that takes a lot more focus than just freaking drilling. I mean, just filing. But here I am thinking like, oh my gosh, I don't even have that much to do. So yeah, those kind of artworks, I have like huge amount of respect for those artisans. I wish I could tell you what the name of it is, but I'll probably link it in my community post. Indian ox bone or cattle bone artisans hammering holes in bones and they make these little panels, and then they glue the panels together to make things like trinket boxes and chests, and yeah. Part of me thought to myself, man, I wonder if I should get one of those. And then I thought to myself, what the hell are you going to do with it, Erica? Do you really need an ox bone tea chest? or a tea cabinet thing, like a tea holder case. No, I already have one. So it kind of saddens me in a sense, you know, when you see this kind of like um craftsmen making certain things, and you kind of want to support them, but at the same time you think, oh, do I need any oxbone item here? No, not really. I don't need a jewelry box. I don't need a trinket case. I don't need a lamp, that's for sure. Who knows, maybe in the future I'll think of something. But then again, you know, I want to be more minimalistic, right? So yeah, so I gave away 2 items today, and I was pretty happy about that. Getting rid of a lot of the fake floor now. And I think sometimes people are kind of like, oh wow, you know, what's wrong with them? I'm like, I'm just downsizing, slowly but surely. But yeah, I really do believe minimalism is the way in terms of possessions. Because if you do try to be minimalistic, you have less that you need to bring with you throughout life, right? And that's one of the things that I want to achieve in my life, you know, be minimalistic to the point where come spring cleaning, there's like nothing for me to really give away at all. You know, one of those people where it's like, oh, everyone else is decluttering, and I'm like, I do this freaking thing year round. So yeah, all that stuff. Oh, let's see. Because yeah, if people have less possessions, you guys will save more money, right? And then if you guys decide to move, you guys don't have to be in that whole state of panic where you think, oh crap, I gotta make sure that I start giving away stuff now. Because that can get kind of stressful. Ultimately, as I've said before, when I'm an old woman, I want to have just like simple things, you know, utensils, maybe like, you know, as much mugs as I need. And then, you know, just basic stuff. Like all my really treasured stuff fits into one moving box. Everything else is not that big of a deal. You know, furniture, I kind of see myself in the future just kind of looking at just getting really lightweight furniture. Not like heavy stuff. And that's just talking about, you know, as people get older, right? Because when you're an elderly person, you don't want to, you know, I don't think, well, let me take that back. If you're elderly, maybe you want more cushion, but I just kind of think, it sounds kind of strange and kind of morbid, like preparing to die kind of thing. I don't want to have someone come to like estate sale and be like, holy crap, there's so much stuff. No. That would be my way of just downsizing for my loved ones. Say, yeah, I try to keep things lower and lower and lower. And who knows, maybe I'll get to a point where in the future I'm drinking out of glass jars or something. Because then I could say, well, when I pass away, all my drinking cups, you could just put it in the recycle bin. Because most of this stuff, it's like repurposed, upcycled stuff. I don't know. Old person with a lot of glass jars. Like my grandma's 91 or 92. I don't trust her with glass. So who knows? Maybe I'll take that back. Because I gotta factor in mobility. I hope that when I'm 91, 92, I hope that I'm mentally sharp. I'll probably still go on frickin' tangents. But I hope that I'm able to be mobile. And I'd probably be exercising. Maybe lifting weights. A little, right? Because I feel like sometimes weights is like, you don't use it, you lose it. And then if you don't have muscle, yeah, your bones can, I think they say like if you don't have muscle, right, your bones can take a hit, something like that. I might be remembering it wrong. I gotta read chat. No. Yeah, let's see. Let me see what I'm reading in chat here. It's performance art. Oh my gosh. This ain't performance art. This is like, this is just like ASMR kind of thing. By the way, if you guys have to do something like this where it's kind of boring, I highly recommend you guys listen to a podcast or listen to like a YouTuber. And then, you know, one of those like 30-minute videos or something. And then you can learn something. Or you can just hear them talk while you're doing your chores. I do that when I'm ironing, for instance. I find that time goes by really quickly. And it distracts me from a lot of stuff. Even chatting to you guys right now just distracts me from filing. Because if I had to just like deal with this filing, I'd probably be like, oh my gosh, so something. But yeah. Even traveling, I noticed like I'm a lot more minimalistic. The only things I buy when traveling is food and snacks. The only thing I bring back from places is basically things that I eat, right? Like when we went back from Las Vegas, I brought one mug home because they were going to toss it. And I need to give that to someone. And then I'm just going to give it to some person at the store and someone can take it. And then what else did I bring home? I brought some kind of generic charger. And then I got some pens, like 2 pens. Because next time we do right to repair stuff, I don't want to think like, oh crap, I don't have a pen, right? So if there's free pens, I might as well take 2 free pens. That should last a good, you know, while. And yeah, that was it. I brought some cupcakes from Las Vegas, and then 2 pieces of candy, as you guys saw on one of my streams. But yeah, I don't want to bring any of that freaking souvenir stuff. You know, like the I Love Las Vegas stuff, or like a freaking I Love Las Vegas teddy bear. Like, that's just tourist traps. You know, who needs like freaking magnets and stuff like that? I don't think people need that stuff. Some people, they just get postcards. Like, they buy like 50, 25 cents or something like that postcards. But yeah, why buy a postcard? If you get a printer, you could just print some damn picture out of Las Vegas. Who knows? I mean, I don't even want to store a scrapbook, you guys. I don't even want to store a scrapbook of postcards at this point in my life. I'd rather just take some pictures, some videos, and keep it like a digital thing. Not physical. Yeah. I know. Reminds me of when prisoners made to cut lawns with a pair of scissors. Oh, I know. You know, it's actually not that bad. At first it was kind of torturous, but now I'm like, whatever. Not that bad. You can tell I'm just going at this multiple times. Okay, I think that feels... Okay. Yeah. But yeah, snacks are something like, it's very easy to give away to people. And no one's gonna be like, oh yeah, I don't want any snacks. That's what I find. It's like you bring your suitcase with you, it's full of snacks, and then you meet up with people and then you just give it away. And it's just super easy that way. It's just like, okay, yeah, I brought a bunch of snacks in, and then within a week all your snacks are gone. Just incredible. So keep that in mind, because I don't know, like, I always wonder, like, who the hell are buying those, like, I Love Las Vegas flask? I see a lot of Las Vegas gift shops, even in New York, you see a bunch of that stuff. Now, I understand if someone wants their freaking quintessential I Love New York t-shirt, but, like, do you really need a freaking bottle opener? You don't have a bottle opener at home? Like, You went to New York and you thought, well, yeah, I'm gonna go back home to wherever I live, but yeah, let me buy a bottle opener. Unless you truly, truly want to have one to travel to go to bring with you to New York. But if that's the case, you might as well just pack your bottle opener from home with you. You see? So I don't understand like why some people buy touristy stuff. Because those things are so overpriced. And then it just gets so dated. Because, like, let's say you live in Kansas and you got all these, like, freaking kitchen magnets where it's like, oh, you know, San Francisco, Las Vegas. It's like, how much freaking magnets do you use? Because there's also those freaking free magnets, too, right? That you get sometimes. Here's a frugal tip for you guys. If you guys get any of those, like, promotional magnets, you know, the kind that comes with what's it called, the phone book? I don't know if they still do that. I know in Hawaii they gave away magnets with phone books. But if you guys have those, you can always just print out a picture from your printer and then just paste it on top of the magnet. That's what I used to do back in Hawaii. I'm like, I don't want no freaking lawyer magnet. Yeah, let me print out a picture of, you know, something cute, and then I'll just stick that on top of the magnet. Or sticker, you know, if you have a cute sticker of like Hello Kitty or something, you can stick your sticker on top of the magnet and then just like cut around the Hello Kitty. I've done that too. So you make these like die cut magnets kind of thing, but it's like it's from a sticker. Does that make sense? So put sticker on, like glue sticker on magnet, cut around shape of sticker, and then you got your own custom, you know, cut out sticker magnet thing. That really helps. I had a few Hello Kitty stickers that I did that with. And I remember when you know, like the puffy stickers, I used to do that. And I felt like, oh my gosh, if I bought this from Sanrio, it would have been much more expensive. Only downside is that I don't really use kitchen magnets. No. I know. Let's see over here. When this is completed, you want to put some protective edge cover to stop the thing. Actually, I glue gunned it all around, so I'm not worried about that. I know. Filing series to replace the walk-in talks. Filing stuff with inappropriate too. I know. Instead of a walk and talk, it'll be a file and talk. And they'll be like, what the hell? She's been filing this for the past week. It's like, yep. I kind of want to keep this, like, nail file here. Just cause, like, if I have this, like, random thing where I'm like, hey, it's kind of sharp, let me file it. But yeah, it feels much better, you know. You can just see I'm just going at it over and over and over. This is really like filing out of jail or something, isn't it? That's what I'm thinking. It's pretty smooth, you guys. Okay. Yeah. low budget Shawshank Redemption. That's funny. I know. No, but seriously, guys, like, I'm almost done. Within an hour. I'm just kidding. No. Who knows? It's like I used to hyper focus on this, and now I'm just like, whatever. Just file whatever. Let's see. Do I have a cat nail claw clipper? Yes, I do. I do actually. I wonder how it would have been if I did it that way. If I used the cat claw nail clipper, it might have been a bit smoother. Hard to say though, because a cat claw nail clipper, the cat's nail isn't this big, yeah. So. Yeah. This is definitely much smoother. Yeah, I'm gonna set up for a bit. I'm gonna like put away some stuff. And then, yeah, put this in the recycle bin, sweep again. That way when I do get done with this stream, I don't have to worry about putting all this stuff away. I know some people's probably like, oh my gosh, Erica. Like, yeah, I don't want all this freaking stuff. What the hell? Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna get going in a bit. My aunt has a question, so. I wanna, yeah, but she can wait a bit. She has to mail me something. So, yeah. It's not an emergency. She has a question. She needs, basically data recovery stuff. Let's see here. So this might be considered a little too personal, but I'll share it with you guys anyway. So my uncle passed away, right? And you guys remember, I told you he passed away from cancer. He got diagnosed, and 4 months after he got diagnosed with cancer, you know, they caught it at stage 4, he passed away. Now, my family was telling him, hey, write a will because, you know, what if something happens? And he did not want to write a will because he said he didn't want to give up. You know, he was committed that he would beat cancer. And unfortunately, cancer won. So right now, family has to go through probate, and probate is not cheap. You know, probate is something like $20,000 or so. You know, $10,000-$20,000. And yeah, I just want to take this opportunity to tell you guys that if you guys, let's say, don't have a will, seriously think about having a will, because it can be a complete headache if you pass away. And then let's say your assets, right? Let's say your assets are being used to pay for things. So imagine, for instance, you have a bank account and you are paying the mortgage for a home. If you pass away, once the bank receives notification of your passing, unless you have someone who's also authorized on your bank account, kind of like a power of attorney but financial, and power of attorney expires when a person passes away, but if you pass away and you don't have anybody else on that bank account or any other, basically another person, the bank, when they find out you pass away, they're going to freeze your account. So if you have an auto payment going out to pay your mortgage, let's say your family's mortgage or something along those lines, you will be, they're gonna, the payment's gonna stop because they're gonna be like, wait a second, the bank account is frozen, so we can't withdraw money. And yeah, I did not know that stuff until, I found out, like, that, details after he passed away. So I think that it was just like one of those things. It's like you don't realize, like, frick, man. It actually gets really complicated. It's actually very time consuming, and it puts the family through stress because then they have to think like, okay, well, what are all their assets? They never stated it. Okay, we got to go through probate and all that stuff. It's just, when someone passes away, you want things to be smooth because that way people can focus on moving on, not have to go through freaking lawyers and stuff like that. In case anybody is wondering, is my family fighting about money? No, they're not. It's just that the whole freaking probate stuff, it just seems to take forever. So that's all. So I just wanted to share that little personal story with you guys. And yeah, my uncle was a really great person. Really, really a stellar person. But their only blind side was that the person that they cared the most for, they never had a will listing them in their will. And that's what makes it really sad, because I know that if someone had phrased it as, you spent all your time trying to take care of this person, and if you pass away, then this is what's going to happen, so you really need to have a will. I wish someone had said that. Maybe someone said that, I don't know, but that's what I know. So yeah. So I'm going to work on that kind of stuff. So I gotta get back to my aunt because she has something that she needs help with. Add a file to tomorrow's shopping list. Nah, I don't need one. I really don't need one. This is so much better than before. So yeah, thank you so much for the suggestion for the glue gun and the nail file. It really is just wonderful. And I feel like I'm gonna talk to family. They're just like filing in the background. Like, hey, figure out what's going on here. Crap. Let's see this. Yeah. I know this sounds cheesy, but really, at the end of life, I really feel possessions, the things that we have, the money that we have, it doesn't matter. Yeah. What matters is the people that we have. And I would encourage you guys, surround yourself with really good people. Surround yourself with people you can trust. Not people that pull you down. I know some people have people that pull them down. I would say, don't be with people who cause you to have, you can kind of tell that they're users and manipulative, those people. Don't be around people that talk shit about you, or people it's like you don't really even know them that well and they just like freaking dislike you because they make these like assumptions out of you. Those people, yeah, I've come across a few of them. And yeah, it actually saddens me because it's like sometimes you kind of think to yourself like, hey, this person might be like people in Hawaii, and then you find out that there are people, it's just like you don't realize that as nice as you think they are, they just think terribly of you. It's like, what the hell? And yeah, it's really something. Like, I don't have that in Hawaii. I don't have it where I feel like someone is like nice in my face and then they're just like talking crap behind my back. But yeah, I feel like, you know, there are certain people in New York that are like that. And it saddens me a lot, you know? Kind of messed with my head, actually. Because I thought to myself, like, I'm not that, you know, I'm not that kind of person at all. But then you kind of, like, look at them, and then you kind of wonder, like, okay, so how's their life going? You know, what kind of people do they have in their life? And then you find out that you actually have more quality people in your life than them. And yeah. But yeah, there were things that happened that really messed with my mind for a bit. And I know I'm doing this little file and talk, but yeah, just watch out. Just watch out, because it's sad when you kind of feel like you really thought that you could just be like how you were in Hawaii, but in frickin' New York, sometimes you have to be very, very guarded. Or you have to be just willing to say, well, there's a person that I thought I could trust, and I thought I could trust, you know, all my antennas indicated I could, and then at the end of it, it's like, you know, something, you know, you know, you hear something, or they attack you because of something, and it's just like blindsides you. And then when you finally calm down and you finally compose, you kind of think like, holy crap, you know, I totally misjudged. It's sad, you know, it's sad. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I just think sometimes there's like a different side to people that you don't pick up. At least for, you know, some New Yorkers. There's this one person, for instance, I'm not going to name names, but they were always nice to me. And I didn't think anything bad of them. And then I come to find out that this person got involved with some serious crap. Now, when I'm talking serious crap, I'm talking like investigated kind of type thing, you know. And it wasn't good. And I was just so surprised because I thought, wow, you know, I didn't think that person could be like that at all. And yeah, I do some digging, and then I find out that according to some people, they say, yeah, this person comes off a certain way, but in actuality, they're not, you know, like, they're actually highly manipulative. They're highly calculating. And it's just like, it kind of messes with my mind, because I think to myself, whenever I see this person, they don't give off those vibes, but you cannot deny the evidence, you know, evidence that stems back years, you know, stuff that you can dig up on this person online. And yeah, it was actually, like, this person is actually kind of, how would I say it? They come off as a really good person, but they have a really bad dark side to them. And yeah, you guys, if you guys are wondering, is this anybody that you guys personally know, or, you know, I've shown on stream? No, this is not someone that, if you guys think it's anybody from the store, no, it isn't. It's not anybody at the store, okay? But yeah, it's just like that kind of stuff. Like, you don't realize how some people can be. It's like, whoa, like, wow, this is some serious crap going on. You hear about these, like, allegations that people are saying, and then people, like, duke it out, and they're trying to like have a, like, basically like, compile their accounts. Yeah. But it's kind of like jarring, because if you interact with them in person, they don't come off that way. It's like, if I shouldn't say this, but it's kind of like if a person was very charming and nice, and then you find out they're a serial killer, kind of like Ted Bundy, right? It's like that. I'm not saying this person's not a serial killer, but it's just something like that. It's like, whoa, my freaking Hawaii antennas did not pick up on this person at all. But yeah, people say, like, you really have to watch out because, yeah, this person can, has a different side to them. And, yeah. I saw glimpses of it, too. I saw glimpses of it. There was an occasion where something small really happened, and they had a break in character. And I'm not talking just like a small, but it was kind of like very, very different. Very, very different. And based on, you know, history that you hear about, and this is not just one person saying it. It's people, you know, several people coming forward, kind of thing. It's just like, wow. So yeah, again, watch out for who you hang out with. Watch out, because you never know. There could be a person who you let your guard down with, and that person can try to, you know, destroy you, try to do something to you. And yeah, it's just like, yeah, whenever I see that person, I'm kind of like, geez. Yeah, they have all these accounts on the internet about them, and it's something. No. This is actually people like that, nothing to do. It's probably something they're going to. No, this is actually history of behavior kind of thing. But I don't know what it is. Like, I feel like in Hawaii, people are just kind of, people are very trusting. People are very friendly. And in New York, you can get people where they seem friendly to you, but you don't really know what's going on in their mind. And then when you find out, like, hey, you know, I thought this person was cool with me, you find out that no, they really dislike you. It's kind of like, whoa, like that really messes with your mind, because it's like, what the hell? Like, whenever I speak to them, like, they're fine. It's like, no, they just hold things in, kind of thing. And yeah, it's like, how do you fight against that, right? How do you fight against people's perception of you? And it's like, they don't want to talk to you about it. They just rather like keep it in, and then they just like so freaking fake in your face. And then, but privately, they'll talk so much shit about you, right? It's sad. It's really sad. And yeah, I know some people would say, Erica, you shouldn't talk about this kind of stuff, but this stuff happens. In my opinion, I never really had this happen in Hawaii. And I think in Hawaii, people, from my understanding, because I've met a number of people in Hawaii, it's kind of like what you see is what you get. Everybody kind of realizes that they're all stuck on a freaking island. Chances are you know them, right? You have like your friends, brothers, best friend kind of thing. Like, that's the person. And because it's a small island, so people are not going to really do things to each other or be a jerk, because they don't really have anonymity, and word can travel very fast. So yeah, it's like, I know there's sometimes it's like people I know, and then I'd be introduced, and then someone else will be like, oh yeah, I know that person, oh they're really nice, or oh, you know, I grew up with them, or oh yeah, they're so and so, you know, my friend's friend, that kind of stuff. It's so you kind of feel like everybody's kind of on the same page. Now, there is always going to be some jerks here and there in Hawaii, but I feel like, maybe it's just me, I feel like you have to be a lot more on guard in New York versus Hawaii. Yeah, and I stand by that statement. So yeah, it's just, it's something, because it's like, you kind of wonder, you know, like, what's, you know, is this person leading a life that you're not aware of, kind of thing. And when I'm talking about leading a life that you're not aware of, like a random person on the street, they could be really nice to you, but you don't know, you know, you could see them through your Hawaii lens, and then you don't know if they've actually are associated with some really scumbag things. And I'm not talking about Cuomo. I'm not talking about Cuomo. I'm talking about someone else. But yeah, it was surprising. And I remember I was telling Lewis about this too, and he was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, you met that person." And he's like, "Oh, jeez." Yeah, so it's like that. I just kind of felt like my freaking Hawaii feelers did not pick that kind of thing up at all. So yeah, I think as long as you're around people who are just good, genuine people, and I know people would say, well, what's genuine? I would say people where if you have a bad time, they're not going to kick you when you're down. They're going to be there for you. You know, they're not going to smell blood like a shark and say, okay, you know, this is their moment of weakness. Let me try and let me just like watch them fail. And yeah, because there's some people like that, right? I've known people who have had mental breakdowns, going through some really tough times in Hawaii, and sometimes people just leave them alone when this person clearly needs someone. And I think when that person becomes stronger, they remember, you know, who was really there. I remember who was really there in my life for sure. And yeah, I feel really blessed because although there are some people I haven't seen, and you know, I didn't see for like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you know, more than that. Overall, I feel that I know it's so cliche as it sounds, but even if I'm thousands of miles apart from them, I still feel like we're really close. And I have to be honest, like I feel like a number of people in New York, it's just so guarded. It really is. It's like, and I just struggle to understand it sometimes because I kind of think to myself, like everybody in Hawaii that I've come across, mostly everybody, it's just so you don't have to watch your back. So, you know, you don't have to watch your back, you don't have to cross your T's, dot your I's kind of thing. So, yeah, it just kind of like surprised me. It kind of surprised me for sure. So, yeah, it's like yeah, it's like there are people out there where you can't, you know, you really have to give them really the test of time. And sometimes there are circumstances where you can see a person's true colors. And sometimes when you see those true colors, it's incredibly painful. It's incredibly painful because, or it can be incredibly hurtful because, yeah, you know, you'll have maybe like a person that you thought was a really good friend of yours, and then you find out that no, they were just trying to use you. That kind of stuff, yeah. And then you call them out on that stuff and they just dump you like a bag of bricks. It's like they don't care. It's like they just move on. It's like it's so numbing. It's like, whoa, what the hell happened? And yeah, when there's people like that, it always surprises me because sometimes these people can be incredibly charming, but if they feel like they can't get anything out of you, they become kind of like very cold, extremely cold actually. And they'll just dump you like a bag of bricks because they'll say, okay, it's kind of like squeezing orange juice out of an orange bottle, right? If there's nothing left in the bottle, they just toss the bottle away, and that bottle could be you. So yeah, I know I went off on a whole tangent, but seriously, you guys, like really, if you have some good people in your life, really hold on to them because I don't know where you guys live, but I feel like sometimes, depending on where you are, you can be in an environment where you feel like you can trust people and they can trust you, and you know everything's fine, or you can be in an environment where you just feel like you have to really you have to like, just be on guard, and it's not because you're paranoid, it's because experience shows you certain things. I say I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is, but yeah, I would say people in Hawaii overall, from what I pick up, is they're very kind. They're very happy-go-lucky. They're very like what you see is really what you get. People tend to be just they see you for who you are more, not what you are, not what you have. And that's one of the things that I wish I saw more in New York. But in New York, I just kind of feel like it's one of those things where it's like, what can you do for me, kind of thing. What can you do for me? What can I get out of you? How can I use you to get ahead in life? And it's sad, because it's like certain people, it's you can kind of tell that they'll be nice to your face, but you kind of pick up sometimes like they have an ulterior motive. And yeah, um, it's just it can be pretty heartbreaking. That's all. So yeah, there's just there's just stuff, but yeah. Um, but yeah, I just thought about that one person. It's like I was so blown away. I had no idea they had such that. I don't want to call it heinous, but it was actually really bad stuff. And yeah. The other thing too is that if you have a track record and let's say it's some pretty terrible things, I don't want to come off as preachy, but don't be surprised if that thing floats around you like a ghost. Because, for instance, that one person that I'm referring to, they have a ghost of all the stuff that they used to do in the past hanging around them. And as much as they try to go away from it, people hold what they did allegedly against them. And I've seen it, I've seen it just like, whoa. So you can kind of think to yourself, like, this person comes off like a teddy bear, but people who actually have known them for, much, much more than I have, they're very, they can be, it's a very extreme. Some people are like, oh, this person is really good, and another person can be like, no, we know what's going on, that person is a total piece of crap. So yeah, it was kind of shocking to me because, like I said, I saw this person, I encountered this person, and it just, when I found out all the things about them, I thought, wow, this is really bad. This is some really bad stuff. This is the stuff that if you get seen with this person and something goes down, you might be called in for questioning, kind of thing. Like, it's not good. But yeah, I still, see them every so often, and I'm always polite to them. But I always try to keep my distance because it's yeah. It's just shocking. It's shocking when the stuff that I found out. So yeah, yeah. So I know I'm going off on this whole tangent, and some people are probably wondering, like, what the hell is she going off on now? But yeah, just keep what I say in mind. If you have good people in your life, hold on to them, because there are some people out there where they could just really let you down. Or you could put a lot of trust into them and they can just let you down. And I'm not just saying let you down, but you can find out that these people, they're not what you thought they were, because they might be hiding some, terrible, reprehensible thing, kind of thing. Or, right, if push comes to shove, you find out that they're just not they're just not someone who you really should trust. And yeah, I'm being vague because but yeah, in case you guys are thinking like, oh, is Erica talking about some, no, I'm not talking about anybody at the store. Okay, so don't think I'm just like dropping hints about like, oh, Erica is trying to be passive. No, this is just things that I've picked up. And yeah, even like the whole Eugene situation, right? I could not figure out like the whole Eugene situation. I didn't see it coming. Nobody saw it coming because he was a referral, right? But he was totally willing, without a conscience, to just screw Lewis and screw other people over without any regard. And I remember he said something along the lines of, You know, I know that you got money from your viewers, and I know that you want to make a good store, and I'll make a store something like your viewers would be happy to see. And he had no problem being on camera. And I I just like I never picked up on anything. And when I saw the floor going in, I was already like, what the hell is this? What is this little stage going on? What if a mouse goes into it? But it was taken as, well, he knows what he's doing. So we're just going to add a platform. You guys remember what I'm talking about, that floor thing. But the wooden stuff, it was documented. But yeah, it's just like that kind of stuff. Like, how can you get a referral from someone you've known for such a long time, and how can you screw up a referral like that? It was really shocking, and I think that was one of those like instances where you kind of think like, damn, gotta be on guard. So yeah, Eugene, in case you guys wonder what's my thoughts about Eugene's, I think he has a very special place in a not so good place. And I'm not saying this because I'm bitter, or I'm just lashing out because he really held back the store, and he caused Lewis a lot of stress. The reason why I'm saying this is because he did this also to, as you guys know, the learners, right? You guys can look at Lewis's stream. He did something about the learner case. And just knowing that he was willing to, I think he scammed them like over $100,000, and they won the judgment. And his thinking is that instead of giving them the money, he would just not have a bank account, so there was nothing to garnish. And that's the kind of thing. It's just like, okay, so you're gonna scam someone, you're gonna take their money, and then when they take you to court and win, you're gonna one up them by not keeping any money in a bank account and just doing a cash checking place. Yeah, and it's like, I know people would say like, oh well, why didn't you look into Eugene early or something like that? It was because it was really a referral. But yeah, people, even if they're referral in New York, what I've learned is that you can't trust that. You can't trust that at all. So yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't wish Eugene well at all. I think he's caused people a lot of pain, a lot of stress. And it's not just the financial part, but it's also just feeling like they got duped. And yeah, people could say, well, he got money, and he probably is laughing because nothing happened to him. Yeah, you're right. But I really do believe one day it'll catch up to him for sure. And if it does, I'm not gonna feel sad about it. Even if something terrible happens to him, I'm not gonna feel sad, because I'll say, to do something that conscientious to another person, that person's a total piece of crap. So yeah, I consider myself to be a pretty forgiving person, but if you lie in someone's face and you show up on a camera and you say these kind of promises, and you're not ashamed of ruining your reputation on a big YouTube channel, that tells me that you don't care what people think about you. You don't care about how you're perceived. All you care about is pulling the wool over someone else's eyes. And that's a total scumbag. That's a total like defiant scumbag. It really is. So yeah, let's see over here. So I'm going to go and pull this back, and I'm done filing, I think. I had to take a break from filing. But just think about that, you guys. If you guys have any really good friends, you better nurture your relationships with them. Seriously. You better not let them go, because it's it's not easy to find people who are really, truly good people, in my opinion. People, it's like, you can tell that they're not going to just like throw you away if you're in a bad place or something like that, or not use you for certain things. So yeah, some of my closest friendships, it's through people who they gone through some really shitty times. And yeah, I've had some of my friends, they call me up and they're crying, and when they're so honest with me about things like that, I just kind of think like, man, I gotta try to help them be back on track. And those are the kind of people, it's like, if you're a total scumbag, you might just be all like, oh yeah, I don't care if you're sad, like, I'm busy right now, I don't want to talk to you, I just want to talk to winners, that's it, like, you're sad, not my problem. those people those people, in my opinion, they might actually struggle to find really genuine people in their life, because you get what you give out, right? So imagine, right, if I was one of those people where my friend is in a bad place, and if I'm saying things like, oh yeah, I know you're in a bad place, but yeah, too bad, so sad, did I ever tell you how awesome I am? Like those kind of things, like, you can kind of just tell that they're, if you're in a bad place, and they're just gonna have it as like basically fuel to freaking tell you how superior they are over you. Or they won't just give a damn. It's like, oh, you're sad, yeah, I'll give you a call back later, I'm gonna eat lunch right now. It's like, oh, jeez. Those people, like, once you recover from those feelings of shock, you remember, and you're like, yep, you just kick them out of your life. I don't have too many of those people in my life, in case you're wondering. But yeah, I know this went off on a tangent, but don't hold on to people who ultimately don't have your best interests at heart. That's what I'm trying to get at. And yeah, and I really do believe, and I don't want to be all like all sappy here, but I do believe families, if you have a good bond with your family, like, hold on to them, because family is so freaking important. I love my family. I love my relatives. I love my cousins, even though I don't see them. I love, just knowing that we have like such like a big freaking history together. And yeah, my relatives are really good people. Sometimes they went on some real kind of not so good paths, but at the end of it, you can kind of tell their heart is in the right place. And I'm really proud that I had someone like my uncle in my life, because even after he passed away, he inspired so many people, you guys. Like, his friends did a fundraiser to have a little memorial for him, and they raised money. And this is after he passed away. And sometimes you find that when people pass away, like, people just kind of forget about him. The person passed away, but his friends loved him so much that they said, we want to have something in place so he's always remembered. And it was so incredibly touching, because my uncle was a very humble guy. He could have been so cocky, you guys, but he was very down to earth. He had a good head on his shoulders. He always led with his heart and his character. He took care of himself. And that's why, when I found out he had cancer, it was just heartbreaking, because it was just a really good person. And I know you guys will think like, Erica, we already know how you feel about your uncle, but I've met a lot of people in my life, and I would say I don't know anybody who is just like that selfless like my uncle. Worked so hard just to take care of people that he loves, like, incredibly hard, you guys. Like, he could have had a much better standard of life, but he chose to just live frugally, because he said, I want to make sure I have money to take care of loved ones. And yeah, so he never, he worked so hard, and he never got to really enjoy his life, all the riches of his hard work. And it's just like, it's so sad, because it's like, you kind of think you're such a good person, and he's such a good person, like, how the hell could cancer take him like that? And also, cancer took a lot of his dignity too. I mean, like, freaking, like, it just, I know I shouldn't say this, but it's like when I think about Eugene walking around being fine, and I'm thinking like my uncle was 10 times the person, the 10 times, like 100 times the man that Eugene is. Um, and my uncle's life got extinguished so quickly and so painfully. It just seems so unfair. But sometimes, they have that quote where they say the good people pass away early. That's exactly what happened. And yeah, I can be honest. I don't know too many people who would be that selfless as my uncle's level. Truly, truly a stellar person. And that's why my family is still really missing him. They really miss him a lot because after he passed away, people realized like, wow, he really did everything for the family. He took so much pride in, having the family name that he didn't even want to be known in his first name. He wanted to be called by his last name, his surname, because he took a lot of pride into it. I don't know anybody else in a workplace who wants to be like, "Oh, don't call me John. Call me, my last name. Uh call me give me a last name. Like call me whatever someone's last name is." That kind of stuff is. It's like it's a lot of pressure because if he messed up in his career, it's like it would make the family last name look bad. And it's like I never thought about a freaking last name on that freaking level ever in my life. But finding out like that's how, he basically carried the freaking family last name throughout his whole entire life, his careers, his friends, everybody. It's just like, wow, he really was a shining star in my family. He really was like the sun, like the guiding sun. And yeah, so yeah, all that stuff. So all that stuff. It's just like it just saddened me so much, and I still get sad when I think about my uncle, because it wasn't fair, And I know people would say, "Erica, don't harp on to this whole fairness thing," but he was just a really good person. He really was, and yeah. But I do know that the last thing he heard from me was basically that, we love you, we hope you get better, and yeah, keep fighting, that kind of stuff. But he tried to say something to me, as I told you, and I couldn't understand him. I was so heartbroken. I could hear his voice. He tried to say something, and I could not understand what he was trying to say. He was like so slurred. It's like his speech was all, you know, heavily, like I absolutely could not understand. So yeah, but what can you do, right? That's the past, and you just got to move forward. So that's one of the reasons why I try to be healthier now, because I think to myself, I want to live a long life so that way I can take care of the people that I love and I care about. And I don't want to, I want to just keep him in mind more when I make choices in life. So, right, you won't see me being reckless about certain things because I don't want to do some stupid shit and then, like get arrested or something. And then, I just think like, man, my uncle would be so disappointed in me. My mom would be so disappointed in me. But yeah, I've told you guys this before, but I'm not scared of death. 100% I'm not scared of death at all. I think that there's a lot of good people on the other side. And I don't want to say that there's a lot of good people on the other side. And I know that when I do pass away, hopefully it's many, many, many years from now, I know that there's going to be people hopefully there waiting for me. Kind of like, hey, yeah, we got the notification. Yeah, it's you kick the bucket, that kind of stuff. But yeah. I have a lot of people that I really love and I really respect on the other side, and yeah, and I really miss them. So, yeah, I'm feeling okay. I'm just feeling nostalgic. So, yeah, I finished this basket. It looks pretty good. This was such a long talk, you guys. I'm sorry. But you can see I glue gunned it and I filed it, and I think I'm done with this. I feel kind of tired of filing, but yeah, I just thought about certain things. And yeah, I think it's just, my aunt messaging me. That kind of stuff. I'm like, oh, I love my family so much, you guys. They're really great people. I wouldn't be the person that I am if I was not around my family. Seriously. They are very kind, compassionate, empathetic people. They're very strong. They're very sensitive too, but they're very resilient. And that's the qualities that my family has. And the women are they're how would I say, they're like, the women are very feminine, mostly. I won't say like, they're very gentle. They're very gentle, very nurturing. And then the males that I find, they quietly lead. They do things, but they don't lead with their ego. They're very hardworking. They're very just down to earth. And that's why when I come across people and they're like, oh, I'm an alpha male, that kind of stuff, I want to be a big shot. It's kind of like I look at that and I'm thinking, like, what happened to the state of men? Like, what the happened? Like, so yeah, the guys, the males in my family, I respect them a lot. I look up to them a lot. And I just think to myself, like, man, I feel like sometimes the quality of males have just gone downhill. So that's why I refuse. Like I've said it many times before, I refuse to call all adult males men. I refuse, because it would be doing a disservice to actual men. And there are a bunch of people who think they're males, who think they're men, but they're not men. Um, because when I think of men, I think about the males in my family, and 1000%, they have qualities within them that I just think it's so warm, so like quiet power kind of thing. These are the people where they have your back. You know that they're doing things in their life and they don't tear down other people. They just focused about making their world, what's important to them, better. And they don't do it in any nefarious means. They don't talk crap about other people, kind of thing. They work hard, save money, invest, and they always lead with their heart and their character. Even the quiet ones, like, I don't have anything bad to say about those people. It's just like, you can tell they're just very, very, very responsible. They're really like quiet power. That's the best way I can put it. And if family needs them, they'll step up 1000%. Like, not even a question. Okay, you need them to do something, they'll do it because family first. And that kind of bond is so something. And that's why when I hear about things where guys are like, oh, I'm a big shot, I want to have this, like, Lamborghini, and I want to have this and I want to have that. It's like it's like I look at the people, the males in my family, and I see how they are. And yeah, they might not have uh a Bentley. They might not be driving around a Bentley, but they're very responsible. When they talk, people listen because of how they come off. It's like talking to like a dragon or a lion. It's like, whoa, you instantly know just based on their aura, like, you got to respect them. They never raise their voice, but it's just the way they are. You know that this person is just very, very sure of themselves, and it's just like, I want to say almost like awe-inspiring kind of thing, but they never give up. They never give up. Their heart is in the right place, their mind is in the right place, and yeah. So that's why, certain things I kind of think to myself like, wow, I want to be more like my family members. I want to be more like the people that I grew up around. And yeah, that's why, like I said, right, when I went to Hawaii and at my uncle's casket, I just kind of like lost it. I just thought like it's so I just I just felt so sad because it's like you feel like you got this like great being, and I don't want to like talk about my uncle like he's a deity here, but he's like a great being, and it's like he's gone, and you feel like he's one of like those pillars of the family, the sturdy foundation kind of thing. But the thing is that my family is very strong, and his passing just brought my family, I think, even closer. And I think he always wanted the family to be very close. So that was the only. And I'm not saying like we hated each other or anything. We're just kind of distant. We're just like doing our own thing. But yeah, 1000%. I know my family has my back, um, and I have the same thing for my family. Yeah. So just like that kind of stuff. What's the thing that drives me forward in life? It would be not wanting to let my family down. It would be not wanting to drop the ball because, again, I feel so blessed to have grown up around these kind of figures. And yeah, they're not famous, they're not like celebrity or anything like that, but they're really, really, really good people. And yeah, down to earth, quiet power, hardworking, loving, strong. Yeah. I'm just like I said. I just love my family very, very much. I would never, ever turn my back against family. I know some people they will be like, oh, family doesn't really matter. Family is everything. Because without family, I feel like, and this is depending on your bonds, right? But I really feel like family really helps shape who we are, and at the end of the day, right? All of us are going to pass away. So the best thing you can do is stay close to family because you never know. You never know when when someone might unexpectedly pass away. You never know when something might happen, and yeah, that kind of stuff. I know this went from a frugal tip basket stream to me just rambling on about family and things like that, but what can I say? It's one of my streams. It really is. But yeah, make sure that you're around quality people would be my advice that nobody asked for. Because if you're around shitty people, people like a Eugene, those people will suck your energy out. You will invest time into those people, and those people will not invest time in you if you need it. They will, they won't mind just walking away from you and without any remorse. And yeah, it's just, yeah. And would family ever do that? No, family would never do that. Family is, they say blood is thicker than water, right? So yeah, someone like a Eugene, if you know any person like a Eugene, it sounds kind of like funny, like haha, I know a scammer, or like haha, I know a person who's caused a lot of suffering to another person for their financial benefit. Depending on how much that suffering in, that's not something to smile about. That's not something to laugh about. That's a real piece of shit. That's a selfish piece of shit. Seriously. And I want you guys to think about that because again, money is not everything. People will hyper focus on money, and yes, money gives you financial security, but money does not make me respect a person. Seriously. There are people that I know who don't have very much money, and I have a lot of respect from them. And then there are other people who they flash cash, and I have zero respect for them whatsoever. I have more respect for Oreo than I have for them. Actually, I take that back. You guys always know I respect Oreo. I have more respect for the recycling bin than I have for them. And this is not me just being salty. This is me just analyzing the situation and saying it that way. So yeah, be careful about who you invest your time and energy on, because if those people are not genuine people, you might actually get really hurt because of it, or something might happen and they could actually scam you. You know, these people, you could spend all these years nurturing something, and who knows, maybe they'll say, hey, why don't you go and why don't I do a job for you? Or, you know, why don't I just, why don't you refer people to me? Like a Eugene situation, right? And yeah, I really don't think Eugene was that innocent. I really don't think so. I don't think it was like the person who referred him did not know how Eugene was. I truly believe they had a feeling, but they thought, oh, well, maybe Eugene's not going to do anything. And he did. And you know what? That, if I remember correctly, that person who referred it, and when they found out what Eugene did, they did not really care. And that's why I say, right? Like, it's shocking because, like, if this was in Hawaii, people would be like, my friend did that to you? You know, I'm going to beat their ass kind of thing. So that's it, you know? Like in Hawaii, like you don't do that kind of stuff, because it's like if you got a referral, it's like, oh, it's okay, my brother is or my cousin is gonna do a job for you, and you're good friends with them. Their cousin is gonna have to pull through, because if not, your friend is gonna person be like, how the hell could you shaft my friend like that? It's different. Wasn't the person who recommended Eugene a piece? Yeah, they were kind of shady from what I heard, but I might be recalling wrong. No, you can trust people. Just there's good people out there, but I find that sometimes maybe good people are very wary too, right? So I'm not saying there's not good people out there. Obviously, there's good people. It's just harder to find certain good people in certain kind of environments, in my opinion. Like if someone's around Eugene's circle, I would probably assume that they're probably not very good. You know, like Eugene personally knows them kind of thing, or they've had a long history with him. Those people are probably not very good people. And maybe I'm just generalizing, but it's true. You know, as um as you know, someone once told me, you know, you stand too close to dog shit, you're gonna start stinking after a while. And that's why you really need to be careful about who you associate with. If I have a person and I refer them to another person, 100%, if that person got shafted by the person I knew, I would try to beat that person's ass. Like, I don't care, I'm only 120. I'd be like, how could you screw my friend over like that? How could you screw my, my the person that I referred to? And maybe, I would get very vested into it, because I think relationships are everything. Friendships are very, very important. And if you are willing to just say, oh yeah, this is my friend and I'll do a job for your friend, and then yeah, you find out that they shafted your friend, you kind of question things, right? You'll be like, I thought we were cool, I thought I could trust you, you make me look bad kind of thing, and you've caused my friend a lot of stress and a lot of suffering because of your actions. Right? It looks bad. Yeah, it looks bad for recommending a jerk to your friends, especially when that jerk openly scammed money from your friend. Right? So that's why I'm saying, like, Eugene had zero remorse at all. He didn't have any remorse for the Lerner case. So if anything happened to him, I would not feel bad. Even if he had a slow, agonizing death, I would not feel bad about that. And I know people would say, Erica, you shouldn't say that kind of thing. It's true. Because I think it's very important to have compassion and be a decent person in this world. And if you are just going to cause so much stress and so much heartache and so much anger in people just for money, then in my opinion, if anything should happen to you, I would not feel sad at all, because I would say, well, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I do believe in karma. I really do. I don't think it happens right away, but it does, come around. And I know people where they've screwed people over, and then you find out down the line something terrible happens to them. And maybe it's just, maybe it's just a coincidence. But I do believe sometimes what goes around comes around. And I don't act because of I don't act a certain way, I don't make my choices in life because of karma. But when I notice certain things, I kind of think to myself like, yikes. Yikes. So always try to be a good person, because if you try to screw people over, if you like betray trust, like a referral for instance, then you'll find yourself really alone. And even if you have all this money, it means jack shit. It really means jack shit, because at the end of the day, you cannot bring money with you to the other side. If you believe in the afterlife, it's true. You cannot bring money to the other side at all. At all. So, be a good person. Watch out who you hang out with. Watch out with the people that you associate with. And if you're around good people, then it's good, because then the good qualities will rub off on you. And you'll have this little sense of like, oh, this is a little community where we're all going to be good people. And it's a little safe space, right? But if you're around bad people, and when I talk about bad people, I talk about toxic people, I talk about people who tear other people down, I talk about people who are just very predatory, people who is just like, betray your trust kind of thing. Like that jerk that referred Eugene, those people, then you're wasting your time with those people. You really are. And yeah, I wouldn't say have a huge blow up at them. I would not say, like, if you pick up a person's like a jerk, like if you knew someone like Eugene, I'm not saying like, be like, you're such a terrible person, I don't want to talk. No, just distance yourself from them would be my recommendation. Because you don't need to go on this blowout fight, because at the end of the day, they're not going to really care about what you think about them. In my opinion, the people with hearts that they don't really care, it's like you can go and they'll be like, oh, well, whatever, I don't care. Because they don't have empathy. They don't have that kind of awareness. They'll be like, okay, you don't want to talk to me? Fine, I'll find someone else to talk to. And it can be very, very hurtful. But yeah. Yeah, I know it did take a real turn. Yeah, I went from baskets all the way to talking about life advice that nobody asked me for. But I just went on this whole tangent because I just thought to myself, man, I just got to thinking about how great my uncle was. And I got to thinking about like family in Hawaii, and I just thought, man, so sad. I worry about the state of males in this generation. I seriously do. Because I'm even like before I moved to New York, I met a bunch of guys, right? Bunch of males, and I would say 90% of them they were nice, but I would say like very few of them just kind of had those, not maybe not 90, but like 80% of them. I kind of thought like, oh, they're okay, but like 20% of them like really stood out, because you got guys who are just like existing, or guys who like, oh, like look at me, but what I really noticed is like, how do people treat each other? And then yeah, you can kind of tell, again, you don't have to be rich at all to be considered a man. It's all within you. It's all within your character. It's all within how you treat people. It's all within how you treat yourself. And yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I know I did a basket, and yeah, so if, like I said, if you know any person who's just not so good in your life, and if they leave your life, or if something happens and they betray you, or you get scammed by them, whatever, stuff like that, don't feel sad, because you really you made room in your life for another person, another person who hopefully be a decent person. And yeah, I hope Eugene doesn't have any friends. I seriously hope so. I mean, that sounds terrible, but like if he didn't have anybody, I would not feel bad, because I would say your action calls this. Like how could anybody trust Eugene? Really, seriously. Like his acquaintances, he doesn't give a shit about his bonds with his acquaintances. He's okay with screwing up a referral. So, you think the acquaintance is going to be like, oh, let me recommend Eugene for another job? Hell no. Nah, don't waste your energy hating on people. I think it's very important to talk about stuff like this because sometimes I think people have this thought where they say, oh, well, la 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 la. Let life go as it comes, but really, we really should be mindful about that kind of stuff. Again, I've known people where they get involved with the wrong crowd and then they start turning into ugly people. And I don't mean physically ugly, I mean they start their character within them starts changing. And it's very depressing when you pick that stuff up because then you kind of think, what happened to the person I used to know? And sometimes they just kind of get brainwashed. The person that you used to know, it's like sometimes they're gone. And then they don't want to keep you in their life because they kind of feel like, oh, you're not as cool, you're not as whatever. And yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Like, yeah, but I would say, just just be really mindful about things. And yeah, I mean, I hope all of you guys have really good people around you. I really truly hope so. But again, if you find out that there's someone in your life where you go way back like to 10 years or so and then they screw you over, like don't keep them in your life just because of the history. Just freaking like say, you know what, they changed. And that never happened to me that I'm aware of yet, knock on wood, because my longtime friends, even though years have gone by, even though we've changed, we've grown, we're in different places, at the end of it, their characters at its core still about the same. Now they're elevated, yes, but the person that they are, their outlook towards people, how they treat people, it's about the same. It's really well. And I'm really happy when I do see people who they weren't in a good place and then you could see them just soar. It's like, it's incredible. It really is, because you kind of realize like this is what can happen to a person. A person can be in a really shitty place, but if they have people around them that are patient with them, that uplift them, they can go to amazing heights because they feel like, okay, I went to the bottom, but I'm not going to give up on myself, kind of thing. But on the flip side, you got other people where they think to themselves, oh, there's people out there who just like kick them down, and then they just get worse and worse and worse. I know you guys probably don't want to hear about this, but like Jordan, for example. And at the end of it, it's like I still feel sad about the Jordan situation, but I know I couldn't have done anything. I didn't even know about it, honestly. So I didn't even know what happened until after he passed away. And yeah, I just kind of think, if Jordan had different people in his life, if he had people who could have got to him, then it might have been different. But, we'll never know. We'll never know because he's on the other side. And I like to think he's happy on the other side with his husband. I like to think that he checks up on people every so often. Who knows? But I just hope that whatever pain he had towards people or, hurt, I hope that, I'm not going to say I hope he found closure in it, but I hope he's not as unhappy as he was when he was on this planet, on this realm. That's all. I know it sounds weird for me to say it that way, but yeah, I truly hope Jordan's better off on the other side. I truly do. But I think he is, because he has his husband. He really loved his husband. Yeah, sometimes drowning victims pull down the drawing. Yeah, because people don't know how to react. So sometimes if they're in pain, the only way they can feel better about themselves is trying to, try to make someone else feel worse than them, right? It's like if I don't do this, right? But it's like if I was depressed and then I was like, man, I hate myself so much. And then I start saying like, oh, look over there. There's a fat person there. Haha, that person is so fat. Look at that person over there. Like, yeah, I might be like, well, I'm better than them. I'm depressed, but at least I'm not overweight. Like that kind of stuff. Again, that doesn't make a strong person. That makes a person who really needs to look within themselves before they cast shade on other people, right? Because, yeah, it can be very tempting. It can be very tempting to just transfer that pain, right? Some people, they're not in a good space. They come home and they're all pissed off. You heard about those stories, right? Like, so and so comes home and then they had a bad day at work because, I don't know, they had so much, they had, like, their boss told them that they're at risk of getting fired. So they take things out on their wife or their kids and all that stuff. See? So yeah, let's talk about this before, because this has turned into a freaking long stream. But overall, you guys, I feel like you'd be good as a radio host. You know what I like to do? I would like to actually hear people's problems and then give them advice or talk about that stuff. I really would, because I think that it would be good. You know, like those people who have the panels where they say, okay, I had this situation where da 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 didn't happen. It's like, okay, you ask them probing questions like, well, how do you feel about it? How have you been approaching the situation? Do you think it's been working? And that kind of stuff. I think it would be really nice, right? Like if someone says, "Oh yeah, I have this situation where my friend is da 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 da," and what do you think could be done? And you talk about it, and then you get, of course, input from other people too. But yeah, I know, but I can't do that unless I have someone talk about this kind of stuff. I think the closest thing we had was bounce off. But bounce off, like I've talked about bounce off many times, right? And I really hope bounce off, if bounce off is in the stream, that bounce off is really focused on themselves. Bounce off is moving ahead because time is ticking. Time is ticking, and I don't want. I rather have bounce off look back a couple years from now and say, you know what? I kept drawing, and I'm a hell of a lot better drawing than I was before. And yeah, I used to quote suck, but I'm definitely better than I was 3 years ago. And that would be a really good thing. I really want to see bounce off be successful, truly, truly, because I know one of the things about success is you need to have perseverance, even if no one believes in you. Even if you feel like you don't really have like a following behind you, as long as you feel you feel that's going to happen. I know this sounds crazy, but if you can see yourself being really good at this, you look like close your eyes and you're like, man, I could see myself being really good at drawing. I just need to work at it. Having that change of mindset and just letting time go at it with all that practice, you're naturally going to be better at it. 100%. And I really want to see bounce off become really successful. And I'm like, damn, that was bounce off. Damn, bounce off actually is really good at drawing. Remember when bounce off said they sucked? Yeah, not anymore. I don't know where bounce off is. I really don't know. But wherever bounce off is, I hope bounce off is. Probably bounce off is sleeping. Maybe bounce off's like, oh, I should listen to this freaking basket stream. But yeah. Oh, do you hear that music? Hello, demonetization. Oh, so freaking loud. The if I can hear it this loud, that has to be beeping loud downstairs. So, yeah. So that's the kind of stuff, right? That's the kind of stuff like I actually sincerely like to take an interest in. I like strategizing. I like trying to figure out ways that to like help people. And I know people would say that sounds really cheesy, but it's true. You know, if someone tells me they have a problem, I'll try to figure out, like, what are some things that I have on the top of my mind? Now, sometimes, right, I can be like, oh, well, you know, I thought of this and I thought of this. And sometimes people are like, really, Erica, you're still thinking about it? I'm like, yeah, I want to see you actually, I want this situation to resolve itself correctly. It's not just like, oh yeah, okay, someone told me a problem, like that's it. No, I actually want to see people turn around their life and actually get over their problem in a successful way. And yeah, I don't, you know, it's like I genuinely want people to succeed in life. I don't have that kind of thing where I think, "Oh, well, you know, I want to be successful, but I don't want anybody else being successful," because we're not all going down the same path in life. And I think it's very lonely if you just kind of think, "Well, I want to be successful, but other people, yeah, they got to figure it out." That's why I had that whole thing, right? We're stronger together. Seriously. I know, I know. So, I can't do any like video over here. I knew a girl who had a broken basket but didn't have any tools. How do you suggest she proceeds? I would suggest have her buy some tools. Let her borrow your tools, board engineer. If you, why don't you help her fix it? Why don't you give her some guidance? I'm sure you have some tools, or you have someone who has tools, and then you can borrow it from them and say, "Hey, I'll give it back to you like in 2 days or something like that." That's what I would say. It is. It is harder to connect with. Philly is right. It's harder to connect with people sometimes because I think sometimes people are very, very guarded. But I also think people make assumptions. So, for instance, right, when I came to New York, and this is a personal thing, I'm not embarrassed about people's perceptions of me. When I first came to New York, some people were very wary of me because they thought to themselves, "Oh, she must be a gold digger. She must be a user. She must be, you know, she must be, you know, trying to be all like riding off his coattails kind of thing. Oh yeah, she must be, you know, she must want to run away from her family or something like that. Oh, maybe she's just like she can't find a job kind of thing." But what people don't realize is that I had a job in Hawaii. I had strong family in Hawaii. I had a place in Hawaii that I was living at. And it wasn't like I was not on good terms with my family at all. We weren't that close as we are now, but we were close. So it wasn't like I moved to New York thinking, "Oh, yeah, you know, I'm just going to like kick back and, you know, not be a team player or anything like that." Like that wasn't it. So you got people, it's like they would see me through a certain lens and say, "Yeah, you know, she must be this way," or, "Oh, yeah, she's depressed. Yeah, she got some mental issues over here." And that was really, you know, that was really like eye opening to me. And that's one of the reasons why you see me so adamant and so vocal about mental health, because there are sometimes, like, if you're in a depressed state, I think, you know, depending on how your outlook on life is, you could see yourself as like permanently depressed, or you can see yourself as temporarily depressed, right? Like maybe you're just going through some kind of thing. And sometimes if you're depressed, people will just use that to attack you. And people would say, "Oh, yeah, maybe she's not mentally stable. You know, maybe she's just too much of a nutcase, and maybe that's why she moved over to New York." Like, no, I have some really good friends in Hawaii. I'm friends with my last two exes, and I still, you know, follow up with them time to time. They tell me about their life and their dating life and things like that, and I'm happy for them. So I always think to myself, if people have these assumptions about me, like, why do I have people in my life who sincerely care for me? Why do I have exes who I'm still very civil to? We still get along. I would not hesitate having lunch with them if they said, "Hey, Erica, let's hang out." I wouldn't hesitate. Even if they introduced me to their girlfriend, I would not hesitate. I would be like, "Oh, okay." But, you know, I kind of think that's kind of strange because from one of my exes, their girlfriend's the kind of jealous type. So I said, "Nah, you know, if she's uncomfortable with you just being around a female, then Yeah, I don't want to like cause any trouble kind of thing. But you see, like, people can just like look from the outside in and make some kind of snap judgment. And if someone is going through some sort of like circumstance and people don't know the backstory, people can say like, oh well, I know that they must be like this because, common sense says like, no. There was, I told you guys, there was actually a job that I really wanted, and then when I decided to move to New York, the position opened up. So I had a decision: do I want to take the job? Do I want to apply for the job? And I was pretty damn sure I would have gotten it for sure. Or do I move to New York? And I thought to myself, you know what? I want to, I waited for that job to open, but I'm gonna just like not take the job because at the end of it, like I thought to myself, okay, it's just a job, Erica. You can always get that job, in the future. Like who knows? Maybe if like things don't work out, you could get that job in like a couple of years or 5 years or whatever, right? But yeah, I had a really good chance of getting that job because I knew those people and I also knew the hiring boss too. But yeah, all that stuff. So people, they make these snap judgments about me, and it freaking sucks. It sucks when people make these like assumptions about my intelligence, or in my assumptions about like, oh yeah, Erica, she just doesn't want to be with her family, or she doesn't care about her family, or that kind of stuff. It's like, no. Or, oh yeah, Erica's not a good person. It's like, well, if I'm not a good person, am I that good at manipulating people that my family and my friends and the people who have known me for over 10 years still want to talk to me? You know? It's sad. It's really sad when you come across that kind of stuff. And but it happens. It happens, and you can't, sometimes it's like, instead of like saying like, oh hey, let me try to like assume something else, it's like all these freaking snap judgments, and it drove me crazy because I thought like, how am I supposed to be a mind reader about this stuff? But for some of these people, I just thought like, fuck it. You know what? They wanna think these things about me, they can, because at the end of the day, I know this is not good to say, they're nobody to me, because I spend my time and my energy personally on people who have my back. And if someone would rather be, lumping me in as like this freaking terrible person, then I can't win them over, right? Because if I try to be, I mean, like, I didn't even do anything to these people, right? But if I try to be nice to these people, they'd be like, oh, look, Erica's a manipulative person. Yeah, I see what she's trying to do. She's trying to use a manipulation tactic. It's like, did you ever think that people in Hawaii are just friendly? It's not like me trying to like, oh, I'm just trying to come off as a good person. Like, frick, my neighbor in Hawaii would be coming off as like that. There are people in Hawaii, they're so freaking friendly. They'll just talk to you for no freaking reason. Seriously. And it's like it's not like they want money. They're just chatty. So, yeah, it's like, look, I know, right? I'm not the smartest person. I know people would say, yes, okay, she doesn't have a job, and things like that. But like, please don't assume all these like terrible things about me. There's more to a person than their career. And yeah, I stand by that. It's West Coast friendly often seems to be, I don't know what it is. I have no idea. It's just like, it was mind boggling. I was like, man, I got some freaking people that just like are nice to me in my face, and then I find out later that they're like, oh yeah, I don't trust her. I think that I think she's just a user. It's like, I'm a user. Like what do I stand to gain? Let me talk. When I was in Hawaii, I had a place that I was living. I had my friends over there. I had my family over there. Like, I had good relations with my family too. So, what am I using? I don't know. I never saw 50 first dates, but I'll tell you this. Hawaii people are very friendly. They can be all like, they just greet you with a smile. Not everybody. You got some people who are kind of keep to themselves, but overall, it's like you don't have to have your guard up. It's just kind of like what you see is what you get. You got some people maybe in their like 50s, kind of, how would I say, kind of like the chubby people. I don't, I'm not saying this in a disparaging way, but they're chubby. They like their plate lunches. You know, they go fishing. They just kind of like, I don't want to say like laid back, that kind of stuff, laid back. You know, drinking Heineken, that kind of stuff. Like those people, frick. Like people would say, "Oh yeah, that person looks like a bum from the outside," but actually, some of these people are very hardworking. It's just like when they relax, they really relax. That kind of stuff. Yeah, there's nothing. You know, Hawaii people in general tend to be very happy. They tend to be very. You can kind of say that compared to other people, they just kind of think the best of people. And I'm not projecting here, but I'm saying based on my experience, it's like you don't go into things thinking the worst of a person. You don't go in there suspicious about a person. It's like, hey, there's a person. Oh, they're smiling at me. Oh, they must be friendly. I'll be friendly back to them. It's like that. Or, hey, I don't know that person, but I'll get to know them in about a minute, so I'll talk to them. And then you just, you know, you ask them like, oh, where you went to school, that kind of stuff. Oh, you know, yeah, do you know so and so? Yeah, I know so and so. Yeah, you know, I lived across the street from them, that kind of stuff. Um, it's just very casual. And when you have a conversation like that, it's not like sizing you up. It's not like, oh yeah, so let me see what I can get out of this person. No, it's not like that at all. It's just genuinely friendly banter. Genuinely friendly banter. And I know it's hard for some people to believe, but yeah, there's some people it's like I just have friendly conversations with them, and you know, we crack jokes and that kind of stuff. It has nothing to do with trying to be manipulative or trying to, you know, use another person. It's just really enjoying life. So that's a thing, you know. In Hawaii, you got people who are just, they call it laid back. You know, they call it, and I think it's like that whole thing like hang loose kind of thing. It's just like, you know, I stay on Hawaii time, you know, just stop and smell the roses, that kind of stuff. Yeah. They're awkward, and then there's like, I don't want. Yeah, I find that New Yorkers, they tend to be more standoffish. Like they'll be polite to you. They're not assholes. They'll be polite to you, but sometimes I think if you're too friendly, they'll be like, what is this person trying to pull one up on me? What is how come this person is trying to be overtly nice to me? Like I don't believe they can be this nice. I think they must have some kind of ulterior motive. There has to be some reason, you know, and let me just try to pick all the flaws against them. Oh yeah, I think they're only this nice because they're a user. Like that kind of stuff. It's like bullshit. And it's like, oh my gosh, there's like no winning on that. There's no winning. There's no winning. You can't change those kind of perceptions because it's already made. And that's why it's like I had to like ask. I was like, man, I must be the greatest con artist ever because I got a bunch of people in Hawaii who still chat with me, follow up with me, you know, and I haven't seen some of them in a long time. And it's like, hey, Erica, how are you doing? I'm thinking like, man, I must be really good at manipulation because like these people are not so smart to see what a person who has met me less than 5 times in person sees in me. Like never mind, I grew up with the people in Hawaii, some of them uh since like grade school, high school. Like never mind that. Like never mind that. A person who has met me less than 5 times knows more about me and how I really am than the person who's gone to school with me, gone to college with me, high school, you know, my friends, my family. They know more about me than I guess my exes do. And it's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. So, but yeah, what can you do about that? You can't do anything about that. So, you know, when I hear certain things, I'm thinking like, man, it's trippy. It's trippy, but it's really a lost cause, you know? It's really like a lost cause because as much as you want to try and set things right, you can't because the assumption is already made. I think it's just kind of like you stand out too much and My experiences tell me that a person is only like this if they're a user. And it's just like, it's like, no, like, don't assume like that, you know? Like, it's very flawed. It's very flawed, and it's also very sad to go through life just kind of trying to pick up, like, okay, you know, I want to analyze this person, and I think that this person is not a good person. I think this person is mentally unstable because they've gone through depression. Or I think that I'm better than this person because this person is very open with their feelings and they're not in control of their feelings because they cry on stream and all that stuff. Like, put a lid in it. Like, now I'm a much stronger person for sure, so I can call out certain things. But it's just kind of like saddens me because it's like in Hawaii, I didn't pick that up. You know, I didn't have any of that. I had a big support system. Sometimes it's like, sometimes I think like it could also be like, I want to be right, right? Or like, if you don't know, if you never really come across certain types of people, like if you're around the people who it's just like, oh yeah, let me try to find one flaw about that person and I'm gonna ride with it, I'm gonna run with it. Like, yeah, you're gonna be, if you're the target or something, you're gonna be in the freaking losing situation, because it doesn't matter even if I'm win a Nobel Peace Prize or something like that, they're still gonna think like, oh, Erica's such a, you know, she's not a good person, she's stupid, you know, she's so this and she's so that, and you know, never mind what other people think about her, I really know how she is. It's like, I don't think so. So yeah, it's just shocking. But yeah, at the end of the day, I kind of think about things and I think that truly the only people who matter to me are the people that really have my back, and the people that, of course, is family. You know, family is everything. I have no reason to dislike my family because my family's always been there for me. If I had a strange family, maybe that'd be different, but I definitely don't see my family becoming a stranger anytime soon. Definitely not. But then also the thing is, Philly, is that you got some people who it's like they make these snap judgments, and even if, you know, even if they're wrong, they don't want to admit they're wrong. They want to be like, no, I know how she comes off, but I know how she really is, and I refuse to believe my assessment is wrong. It's like, look, my freaking family and my friends and things like that, they say otherwise. And yeah, what kind of, you know, and the other thing too is like, some people would say like, oh my gosh, Erica, why are you saying this stuff on stream? You shouldn't say it. I'm like, no, there's gonna be people out there who's listening to this stream who come up with the same kind of thing. They'll say like, damn, yeah, I got people who talk shit about me too, and I don't know why they talk shit. I'm like, yeah, because they think they know you better than you know yourself, and better than your family knows you, and better than your friends know you, better than your exes know you. And at the end of it, they want to see you fail. They want to see you fail. Like, they might tell you, like, I want to see you succeed. But in my opinion, if some people are saying visceral stuff, then ultimately it'll bring them great pleasure if you fail, because they'll be like, yep, I was right. She was a lost cause. I was right, you know? I was right. You know, she is over here and I'm over here. And that's what I say. You know, you got to watch out for the people who just kind of kick people when they're down. That kind of stuff. So, oh, I texted you YouTube video ideas. Really? Sunny got to be making more videos on YouTube. I saw Sunny's video about, I don't know if you guys checked it out, but it was something along the lines of, I'm not going to say it, but it was Andrew Cuomo thing. You guys should see it. I was like, damn it. I like heard it and I was like, oh, it took me a couple times to get it. And then once I got it, I was like, oh my gosh. I think the video was only 2 minutes too. So props to you, Sunny. You got like a 2-minute video and then people, you instantly just like got straight to the punchline. Like, just like expertly maneuvered your way to the punchline. I think that's how you describe it. Expertly maneuvered it. Yeah, I'm not checking my text message right now. I made 100K followings how to be contractor. Really? Really, board engineer? Damn. Let's fix a MacBook. Ah. Hey, Sunny, I've been hearing maybe you should work on your soldering skills. That's what I've been hearing. And I'm not going to say anything more, but yeah, maybe you should work on your soldering skills. Because then, you know, you guys will hear. You guys will hear about it in the future, but I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything more than that. Okay, but can you solder well? I shouldn't have actually asked this question. Uh-oh. Look at that. Let's fix people. Yeah, exactly. So Philly says let's fix people and clear. We should always try to fix ourselves. Seriously. But not just fix ourselves, but we should encourage other people to get through their problems, whatever it is. Because life is short, and we really got to make the best of it. And even if you feel like you went off track, you can always get back on track. Which reminds me, I forgot to tell you guys this, but you know how I did my code calling videos? You remember that? I looked up a job posting today, and there was a job that involved code calling. And I kind of thought to myself, I wonder how it'd be if I actually took that job. And I know some people are going to be like raging, like, what the hell, Erica? But it's actually in a cause that I do believe in. And yeah, I just thought, like, huh, I could try it. And if it doesn't work out, hell with it. I just cut it out of my resume. The only downside is not just cold calling. I would actually have to go to, you know, in person as well. So I don't know how that would be because, like, for instance, if Lewis wants to go somewhere and I have to work, obviously I can't accompany him, right? So that's one of those things I was like, oh man, jeez. But yeah, I was looking into it. I was like, how hard can cold calling be? Like, I've done cold calling. It wasn't the greatest, you guys, but I have a lot of faith in myself. And you know, even what's the worst that could happen? I get the job and I get fired. Like, whatever. I don't really care. I don't really care if I get fired if I get fired because my code calling was not that good. Oh, nah. I mean, like some places locally in New York, I would have to meet up with businesses. Yeah, businesses, not individuals, but businesses, and then you try to get them signed on board. And in case you guys are wondering, no, this is not health insurance. This is not insurance. This is something else. But it interested me enough, and I was like, it does sound kind of good. But I gotta think about it, cause I don't wanna like lock myself into the schedule where I have these like stuck hours, and then I find out, yeah, there's other things that Lewis wants to do, and I can't join him because I have to stay in New York, and I'll leave it at that. Have you heard about the Church of Lewis's Kitties? That's funny. No, no, no. I'm not gonna be cold calling asking for donations to build the Church of Oreo. Like, hello there. I know Wes is gonna be like, oh, build a temple to Oreo. But no, it's actually something that I really believe in. So yeah, I was thinking like, I think it could actually work, but we'll see. I gotta like hammer it down because I don't, like I said, I don't want to take a job and then find out like, yeah, Lewis wants to go a place, and I'm like, sorry, I can't do it because I don't have PTO. You know. So the upside though is that I would get an hourly income. The downside would be it would force me to stay in New York at least for that employment. You can't work remotely. You can't. And even if you work remotely, right, they're gonna want you behind a computer or behind something between X hours. So imagine if you're going out to like Las Vegas, it would really screw with your time zone when you're like, crap, I gotta be up at like 9 a.m. New York time, and yeah. Oh no, no, Sonny, I'm not gonna do that. Do you have time to talk about your load this there? And jeez, no way. No, can't do that. No, I can't do that. I'll see how it goes, though. I'll see how it goes, but I gotta have that discussion because one of the things that I get criticized on is people would say like, "What is your job?" And I'd be all like an hourly job. I don't have an hourly job. And then people could use that as ammo against me, and I really don't like the idea of having ammo used against me. I really don't. I want to be like, you know what, you know, like fuck it, like that kind of stuff. And yeah, but I know there's gonna be some people but like, well, yeah, now she has a job, but you know what, I still don't think that she's a good person or something like that. I ain't consider that. So yeah, who knows? Who knows? But yeah, so that's my plans about future kind of thing. And yeah, I was looking up a job today. And yeah, so we'll see how that thing goes. A salary job is even worse than hourly. Yeah, it is. Especially when they overwork you, right? It's like additional duties as described. Oh, yeah, you got all this freaking duties you got to do, and we're not going to pay you overtime at all. Too freaking bad. Be happy with your salary. Clinton? Oh, Barry. Barry, what are you doing over there? Get your face out of there. Come on, Barry. Come here. Oh, I just saw a tongue flash. Take the advice from a hunk of everyone. You'd be surprised. It depends. I'd follow the guidance of just know what's really important to you, right? Surround yourself with good people, and that's it. Everybody else doesn't really matter. Like anybody else, like who you feel doesn't have your best interest in heart, doesn't matter. And it's hard, it's hard to kind of have that kind of thinking, but it's true. So anyway, it's been a freaking 3-hour stream. Oh my gosh. About this freaking basket. No, it's not gluing, but I gotta call my aunt and I gotta talk to her and set things up. So I will talk to you guys later. You guys take care, and I know this sounds crazy for me to say it. Oh, I finished a project I showed you. What was the project? What was the project? Oh yeah, the apartment. I remember that, yeah. Oh, basket weaving. No, I had to think about it. I was like, is it the garage? No. But yeah, let's see. No, it was not basket weaving. Yeah, it's not basket weaving, Phil. It's not glue gun weaving either. Wow. Wow. You should do a tour, Sonny. You should do a tour of your apartment and show it to people. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, like I said, I have to call my aunt because there's a time zone difference for sure. And I have Blackberry over here. Blackberry. Let's see if you can hear that. Blackberry. Come over here. Oh, she's so small. She's so small and like Oreo. Let's see. Can you come over here, Blackberry? Hello. Look at those eyes. And she walks off the camera. And Oreo's sleeping still. So, yeah, you guys take care. And you guys have a good night. I feel a little tired because of my Moderna, but overall, I'm just kind of taking it easy for sure today. I'm probably going to sleep early. Yeah, that's it. Get some nutrition in me. Again, sleep early and call my aunt. Oh my god, I just repeated myself. You can tell I'm getting tired. See ya.